Who can you see? I cannot see anyone. I will break it down for you. And let's make it better together live. Stop complaining and do something. And the Caribbean 600 is the best example how you a live start completely. Today it will be a rant. What's going on in the sailing world and especially online. What's going on with sailing races and especially on YouTube. It will be, like they say in Sail GP, lots of industrial language. If you cannot handle that, I suggest you go back to bed. But for the rest of you, I think it will be a great show, and I think you will learn something as well. And I will try to break it down what I mean. The last couple of months it has been a lot of cool sailing races going on. We had Rolex Sydney Hobart during Christmas. Some months ago we had Rolex Middle Sea race, and we had the start of Vendée Globe 2024. And now recently we had the thing that I will rant the most of and throw under the bus, and that is the Caribbean 600 race. What's the problem here, you ask, Chris? And that is that the production is so bad, so it's very difficult to even finish watching those episodes. And what do I mean with production? What makes a race interesting to see? So I have set up some basic requirement. So I have made just a simple illustration to illustrate what is it all about and why do we care at all. My basic requirements to make the sailing race watchable on TV or YouTube is like you have an understanding of the competitors, who is actually sailing in race, and how could you see which one is which boat. That is the most basic thing. The map and the track. If you don't know where you are sailing, then it's very difficult to understand what is important. Why do I watch this at all, and where are they going? Then the most fundamental thing in a sailing race is time, because they are competing to each other, and usually it's some kind of handicap, so the time is super important. Also the wind. The boats move, of course, obviously by the wind, and for us viewer it's important to know is it a lot, which direction and so on. Without that, you have no chance to understand if it's going well or not. And then I wrote standing. So what do I mean there? How does the boats do compare to each other? The competitors. You need to see some different. I have just created some boats here to see the difference is by like a sailing number. Not too many boats are red and green and blue. Some kind of number needs to be visible for the viewers, commentator as well, because it will be a mess if you don't know what boat is what. The map. It needs to be some basic map so you understand where are those boats going. You need to know the start line, or at least an understanding when the boats are starting. Very basic. And then finish line, if they reach that. Preferable you have a map and you can see the wind is moving. Timer. If you don't know when the boats are starting, how could you care, and how could you understand who is doing good and who is doing bad? You should have some kind of names for the boat, or the owner, or the captain, or something, so you can understand which boat is which. And it's difficult from a distance to understand which boat is what, so add some kind of label. So those are the things that I think is needed for the viewers to understand what is going on a sailing race. The track itself with some wind. And why do I bring up that? That's because, for example, the latest Caribbean 600 that was a shit show and really difficult to even finish watching was lacking all of those things. I will not throw the commentators under the bus, not completely, just a bit, but if the commentators cannot understand what boat is what, it will be a huge problem to understand anything. And the Caribbean 600 is the best example how you fuck up a live start completely. I will show you what I mean. Let's start from the beginning and I will break it down for you. And I will let's make it better together live. You don't need to have a big production. We can do it here and now. Some simple things just to make this shit watchable. It doesn't cost anything. I have no expensive tool. Just PowerPoint in my browser and I will throw the Rolex and the Middle Sea under the bus as well later on. You will see what I mean, what I fucked up. But let's start with the worst here. First of all, where are they filming from? They are filming from a mountain pretty far away from the starting line. Can you see the starting line? Some of the fastest and coolest boats in the world competing this day. Also some of the best crews and captains out there, and filming from a mountain very far away. And the commentator, let's say they don't have a big budget, but they have something. They're doing some advanced things, so I think it's only lack of understanding what makes a race watchable. You can see they have added a logo type here, even with some shadow. That means they have some more advanced application running at least. They have another camera in here so they can show the commentators. And I also have some more features that makes me believe they actually have the technology. They just fuck up the show for us. So they are trying here, showing the map and some competitors in the background. So this is the Caribbean 600 map. And why do you have so much bloat on the side? Why don't you zoom in? So they talk about the map. It's very difficult to understand. Okay, they start here, we understand it's lots of boats here. Can you see that? And then where are they going? Okay, no arrows at all. I know they are going left, so they're going up here. Then, yeah, the viewers understanding probably stops here. Which way are they going? Very difficult to understand. And why do I want to see your browser up here? So we will make a better attempt than they. Really shitty map, difficult to understand. What you don't see any wind. Where is the wind direction? Then they show some clip in the beginning without sound. Bad as well, maybe a mistake. And what are those boats? They don't say anything. Why should I care about this boat? Which one is which? Are they doing great? No sound. It's like 5 different starts coming up for us, with some of the fastest monohulls in the world and some really fast multi-hulls in the world as well. And when is the next start? Have they even started? Very difficult to understand. So we fast forward a bit to when we believe it's starting time for the first start. Let's check this out. What is going on? What is happening here?
Blue hull boat coming in. But they're going to harden up.
Which boat is that of all those? Can you identify a single boat here? Why do I watch this? You can't see the number. You don't add a label. You have no list on the side here. But at least you heard the starting sound, even that it was more like a surprise.
They're going to harden up and potentially get it into dirty air.
There's the gun, yeah.
Well, that's the start of the Royal Caribbean 600, and I'm pretty sure that was all clear.
Pretty sure. Okay. Here you can see one mark at least. Where is the other one? You don't know. No timer, no tracker, and no nothing. And then what happened after less than a minute? Let's fast forward a minute here. Do you see the problem? Do you see the problem? After less than 1 minute, the boat is fucking disappearing behind some cactuses, behind a cliff here. So how could you put the camera in such a bad location so we can't even see more than 60 seconds of the boats? And then you have a helicopter here. Why is that flying and not sending us any photos and live stream? And take that away, send out the drone, and you will get great photos and live stream and videos. So let's fast forward to the next start here.
A very close start here.
So here the commentators list lots of names. You don't know who. Is it boats? Is it captains? Is it owner? I have no clue.
Who can you see? I can see a blue.
Who can you see? I cannot see. I cannot see anyone. I can see some numbers here. It looks like no one can see anything in this start.
There you go. That's the start.
Okay, so there is a start again. Where's the line? Who did what? Was it great? Was it bad? I have no idea.
At least 2 of them are reefed. Maybe 3 of them are reefed.
Yeah, it would be amazing to see.
Interesting.
3 of them have a reef. Is that interesting? That not so much. I would rather know who the fuck is who here of those boats. Which one is the big one here? Okay, here is one without black sails. Is it possible to identify that boat? I don't know. And then you see something very strange here. So it's a live stream, or is it? How could it be live and then?
Yeah.
You see here?
J121 won't be able to.
Did they change angles, or I don't understand? Is it not live? Have they cut the video anyway? Okay, then they come around this huge cliff. Now it's taking like 30% of the screen, and the boat disappear after 60 seconds. Champagne conditions, maybe 20 knots of wind, sunny, warm. I cannot believe how good sailing condition it is, and they fuck it up so completely. Here we have another problem. Why are we filming the guy who's shooting off the start with a shotgun? I rather see where the boats are than see him shooting. Okay, very interesting. Okay.
So Lucy's just panicking.
Really bad sound as well. So IRC 4 and class 40. Give me a list of those boats. Now we will see the big boys here. Here we have the pinnacle of the race. Fastest monohulls in the world. Some of the fastest boats. Top crew.
Summer Storm.
Okay, which one is Summer Storm? I cannot see it. You hesitate as well. One boat is green. That is possible to identify.
So Summer Storm there.
After 30 seconds, they're gone.
Oh, they're still going. They're going all the way in. Oh, just love it.
Oh, I don't love it at all.
By the way, it's a cruising boat that's on course.
No.
It's not one of our boats.
It's not?
Kilo, they just started
that's Kilo, I beg your pardon.
Okay, so one of the largest boats. You don't know it's a cruising boat or not. But it's in the race. Put the camera somewhere else, please. And here, do we have the last start before the multi-hulls? Again, I don't think it's live. Semi-live. Boats are gone. And who is who? I don't know. When is the start? Multi-hulls in the end. Okay. Some rather good zoom in. Now, finally. Which boat is it? So then, Chris, stop complaining and do something that you promised. First go back and see what is important. Why do I care that much? Because it would not be acceptable in any other sports. Just some comparison. Skiing. You get an introduction. Who is skiing today? and what is the time, tracks, and so on. You can also see they have a big number here. Why do they have a big number? Is it for themselves? No, it's to us to identify who is running there. Also, just before the race, you get a good list of competitors, what country they comes from, and so on. Yeah, you know this. Same for, I would say, Formula 1. You understand the track. You can see, okay, Hamilton is in top here. Even in soccer, you get an understanding, okay, this is the arena, it's Barcelona against Real Madrid, and yeah, who is playing? Yeah, Ronaldo is playing. Top player, understandable. Could you imagine why do they have different color on them? Yeah, because it's difficult to identify who is who. Also, you can see the standing here, you can see the time, how much time is it left in all soccer games. So why do we fuck up the sailing, the best sailing race in the world, that much? Let's see, would it be acceptable if you have a soccer game and you put a cliff, this big cliff that covers 30% of the screen? I don't think. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's put it here instead. Would that make anyone happy? Let's stop complaining, Chris, and do something about it. Is it possible to do? What can we do about this? Yeah, I will try to do something. What was my requirement? Competitors, you need to know who is who. The map, the track, timer, and so on. Let's start with something easy. Let's add a timer. So I just added something simple. 5 minutes counting down, so you can see, okay, it's a bit easier. It's not post-production, it's live here. I can reset it, there you go. We need some kind of understanding of the starting line. Where is the starting line? So I can put out a starting line here. If you hold the camera still, it would be easier for me in list of boats that are out there. Yeah, I know Niklas Enström, RANT, and Cheese 2 and Dugwit 5 are competing. So let's put something at least out for the start, so the viewers understand which one is. We can put it somewhere else, or we can put it, let's make it a bit smaller. Maybe it was too big, but we put something at least in the window so we can see who is racing. I would prefer at least like the top 10, or which one is there. IRC 1, for example. Is it that start? I don't know. We will put that label here. So even more preferable would be if we have the real boats updated live on the screen. Is that possible? Let's try to do that. So I will take it now. So they are already all finished, I think, most of them. I will take it live from the site. Is that if we can do that? Results. So here we have the result for the whole thing. So this is more or less live. So here are the boats. I can remove my fake there. I remove that, and we have a real one. We can scale it down a bit. Maybe you don't see because it's too much text. So you can see it's kind of they are finished, but and I can scroll here so you can see it's more or less live. Has everyone finished? Yeah, I will just put it here in the top. So could we have something like this? Where should that be? Just so you see it's not post-production. I will put it behind me. Not impossible to do on the fly. And we have to move the timer maybe. Let's move the timer a bit. You can put it here. Here we have a starting line, timer, and what's left? Wind. Where does the wind come from, and where is the map, and so on. Let's fix that as well. Should I leave this on the screen? Yeah, I can do that. Can take the top 3 boats just to see that we have something here. I put it okay. So first of all, we take the map, I took this from the site just right now, and it's also difficult to understand which way. Oh, it's more clear, it's bigger. Let's make it even bigger. It's difficult to understand which direction they are going when. Okay, it's Antigua. Okay, so I just opened Windy. See if we can map the island to my map here. Oh, so you can see this. You can see this island looks like a butterfly. I'll try to match it on the fly here for you. Something like that. We can scale it down a bit. So here we have a map. The map from the site. We have wind from Windy live on the Windy site that I just took from my browser and like an overlay. And if I step forward, the wind is pretty similar, but you can see actually that the wind turns when I step forward. You cannot see my complete. Should we go into and give some live tracking as well? So let's try that, and also add the tracker into the video here in real time. And let's add the tracker as well. I wish they took their MacBook and their browser and throw it out of the cliff. Please use the correct symbol for each boat. It's not difficult. It's 3 of them. Tracker, we have the standing here live from the site. We have the full map with wind. You don't need to show all those things at the same time, but at least you can shift between them so I understand where are the boats going, and preferable it would be some labels on the boat. Then you can get some understanding what is going on, why is this interesting, and if you get the presentation before as well, this could be a less shit show than it turned out to be. That's up to the production to do, I think. But I just want to show that you really fucked it up, and it doesn't cost anything to do a lot of improvements for the viewers here, so we get some kind of understanding. Yeah, starting line, maybe we need to move. Let's move the starting line to where it is. There is something. Some small simple means, and it could be so much better so I don't fall asleep when I watch. So this was my big rant of the mostly Caribbean 600 with the amazing condition, really good top crew, top boats, lots of new cool boats that you could have shown in a much better way with no budget at all. Just don't fuck it up so much. And then you say, it's better than nothing. It's not better than nothing. Do better. Much better, I would say. Please never film from this cliff again. Put the camera just some 100 meters away. Send out some drones and add some overlays, and or call me and I will help you out. That's all for today. Have an amazing weekend.